I know so many of you feel like time is running out. And I really want to speak to that because I do realize that there are so many women out there that want to have kids and they feel like time is running out. They haven't found their partner yet. And so I really wanted to speak to you about some of the things that I have talked to with my clients and have just seen also in my experiences. As a coach, I'm originally from Miami, Florida. I found my person living happily ever after now in Spain. And I've seen something huge, something that I want to start with the timeline. There is just so much pressure on, oh my gosh, you have to be married at a certain age, have kids at a certain age. And that pressure really exists predominantly so heavily in the United States. When I moved to Spain, you guys, I can't tell you enough. Like I was the youngest one here. I had my kid, my first daughter at 30 and my second at 32, whatever it was, something like that, 32, 33. And I'm telling you, it was like I was the freak show. In Spain, everyone's having their kids closer to like actually 40 and past 40. And so I thought that that was so refreshing. I was like, oh my God, this is so nice. Like, this is awesome. And so I want you to maybe, take a step and be like, wait a second. Is it possible that you have like this timeline and you're feeling this pressure because of like where you're living and the message that, oh my gosh, it's everything has to be perfect and that because at the end of the day, that energy of I have to meet this timeline, I have to do this and that, it's only going to block you from receiving and attracting the right partner because you're going to start coming from a place of I need to find I need it's very desperate. It's very, it's just not serving you. And it's not helping you be your best self. Like truly think about how you are and how you show up when you're at ease. Like when I feel really anxious about something, I feel myself like my body is just like, ugh, I'm just kind of like not calm. I'm not like patient. I'm not like, oh, being my best self. I'm probably being short with people. I'm probably being whatever. Like, it's not, I would never say, oh, yeah, that's when I'm my best self. It's when I'm feeling anxious and I'm running out of time. Like, there's no one could ever say that to you. Right. And so, like, I feel like it's really important for you to think about that. When you're feeling like you're running out of time, what does that bring up for you? That thought of you're running out of time, what does that make you feel? Does it make you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm desperate or I'm, you're anxious and you're just, oh my gosh, I have to do that, and like at the end of the day, how does it make you show up? Your actions are probably frantic, probably not being your highest self. It's just all these things. You're judging yourself, judging everything, the journey, and it's defeating. And it truly is going to block you really emotionally connecting with someone if you're just thinking about the timeline and the pressure that you have. So, my advice to you, okay? Lean in, come back to me if you're like in la la land. But I really want you to hear this. I want you to be present. I really want you to be, one of my favorite books, Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle. It's so good. I just feel like right now, just try to bring yourself to the present moment and stay there and just be grateful for, oh my gosh, everything right now is amazing. And be proud of how far you've come. Be proud of your journey. Celebrate all of what you have done and accomplished, right? And truly, if you're feeling like, I really have been reflecting and I really want to have children now, and I don't want to lose my chance because biologically, like I went to the doctors and, they actually did say time is running out. Like maybe they said something like that to you, right? So this is where I want you to take action that really is aligned to the vision for yourself that you really want. So what does that mean? If you really want to be a mom and you for years have been waiting around for Prince Charming to come in and, do all that with him and then get married, yada, yada, and it's not happening, stop waiting for him. This is where a lot of the women come into my world and they're like, I want to, you know, learn a different way to show up. I need to stop waiting. I want to learn a new approach so I can take my love life into my own hands. So that's what I do because that's what I did to find my person. So I'll drop the link below if you're really interested in that so we can get on a call and talk about it, to see if I can truly help you take your love life into your hands, because it's about, making a space to find your person faster. Like my program is called How to Find Crazy Love Fast because it does happen fast, and you'll see, and we'll talk about it on the call. But if you're like, no, I can't, I don't want to do any of the coaching, I don't want to do any of that, but I do want to be pregnant. Okay, then take steps to do it on your own. Like maybe the story you had in your head about how you're going to become a mom, like maybe you don't need an actual partner. I just want you to take steps towards that life that you really want and that it's aligned to you and that future that you've always wanted. I do not want you to live with that energy of, I've always wanted to be a mom. I was waiting for Mr. Right. He never came. I never became a mom. Oof. That just feels so sad to me. And I don't want that for you. I don't want that for you. I want to empower you. I want you to know it's okay to do it on your own. You're freaking badass. Think about how many people fucking get married and get divorced anyway. And they end up having like to share the kid and they're fighting with exes and it's a fucking hot mess. Like that's not in my world. In my world, I'm happily married and everything's amazing, right? And that's truly the world that I help my clients find, right? But what I want you to understand is that if you chose to take your, and to be a mom on your own, that's not a fail. That's not like, oh my gosh, you just gave up. That is you taking action on your life, and if that is something that you really want and you're aware that you talk to the doctors and you're like, you know what, time truly is running out in that aspect, then 100% take steps on what can you do. Now, truly, I can't speak so much to that because I do not know all the things, but I do have clients that have gone to the sperm donor and had their own baby and they're so happy. And then they make steps afterwards to find their right partner. And the partner's going to be like, oh my God, you're freaking amazing to do those steps and to be a mom on your own. And they show up. Like, this is where I want you to understand the order of events may change, and that's fine. I just don't want you to regret. I don't want you to have any regret. I don't want you to have any victim energy. I don't want you to be like, oh my gosh, poor me. I never met my person. I never got to have kids. Like that sucks. I don't want that for you. I want you instead, I wanted this part of my life. I wanted to meet my person, have kids. I've reflected. I actually have time and I don't need to have this strict timeline and rigid. Instead, I'm going to loosen that up, be really present, and really approach my life knowing my worth, have unwavering faith my person exists, enjoy my life, and it'll come when it comes. Perfect. As long as your actions are aligning with that vision. So don't be like, oh yeah, I'm hitting up my ex, I'm sleeping with whoever just for fun in the meantime. Because by the way, that doesn't work. That's a whole other thing that I can talk about. Your actions have to align, right? So let me not deviate. Back to what I was saying, the timeline. So if you're like, oh, my timeline, I actually have some time, but you're right, maybe I am putting a lot of pressure and so I need to just relax. But if you are feeling like, no, Jackie, truly, I'm running out of time. Like I'm X years old, I went to the doctors and they told me this and that. It's now or never. Well, I'm like, well, fuck. Like let's not put that pressure out there for like, oh my God, where's my partner? You can find your partner after you have your kid on your own. And if you have fears about that, you're like, that's not what I want, or I don't feel like I can do it, then you have to just make a decision and accept it. Like, I feel like this is where instead of kind of being like reacting and like, oh, I'm just like life is just doing this to me. And, I haven't found my person. I can't have kids yet because I don't have my person. And when I look into doing it on my own, I don't want to. I'm scared to. Well, then I don't want to hear you fucking complaining about I'm not a mom. I don't have anybody because like you have to then accept and say, I am making the decision of letting that dream go right now. I am just going to be present in my life, think about what I have, be grateful for that, be open to receive what comes. But I'd rather you walk in that energy of gratitude and empowerment, and I've decided this and that, versus I guess I'm not having kids. I guess I'm too scared. I guess it's not. Notice the difference. Do you hear it? It's so different when you are intentional about it and decide this is what I'm going to do. These are my decisions and I feel good about it versus I guess I'm not going to and this sucks and poor me and oh fuck, No. No. This is me helping you, calling you out a little bit with love. If you feel a little bit like, oh shit, that's kind of what I'm doing, that's okay. What I want you to do is take a step back, reflect, and say, you know what? I do not just want to go on autopilot. I want to make decisions. I want to be intentional. What do I really want? I have one of my clients that she wrote down like, I wanted kids, time, da 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 da. So she wrote down a date. She's like, if I don't find my person, this is Levin, by the way. She's the actress from the Hunger Games. She's like, she actually wrote down, if I don't find my person by this date, like she wrote a date on her journal. I'm hiring Jackie because like I don't have any time to waste. I need to find my partner and get it together. So that date came and she's like, okay, Jackie, she hired me. And then, in working together, she found her fiance. Now they're engaged and they're going to get married and have kids. But it's funny for her, she was like, I'm not going to just keep going with the flow. She was single 6 years. And she's like, well, what the hell? So she's like, I got to do something different. So this is where I feel like it's important for you to do something different. So you could either get on a call with me, perfect, or right, because that's a different approach completely to your life, right? You have someone calling you out, someone giving you a different approach, guiding you. But you could also say, you know what? I want to do this kid thing on my own, and you take steps to do that. Talk to your doctor, like start lining up the appointments. Go through that, feel, and how do you feel doing it? Do you feel excited? Do you feel more aligned to the vision of yourself that you've always wanted? And don't worry about, oh my gosh, then this is going to mess me up with the person that I'm going to find one day. No, it's not. You can never scare the right person away. You won't. When you are at your highest self, feeling fulfilled, feeling happy, feeling aligned, that is only going to attract the right person that's aligned to you and celebrates you and says, wow, you're a freaking badass. Look at that. Do you see what I mean? The person that's going to be like, ew, you went and had a kid by yourself. What the fuck? Fuck him. First of all, what would you want to do with him anyway? You don't want a partner like that. You want a partner to be like, wow, this passion that you have, this love that you had, that you knew you wanted to be a mom, and you did that. You took those steps. Like, that's amazing. And tell me more about the baby or your kid. Like, oh my gosh. Because they realize that it's you and this amazing little person that's going to add value to their life. A secure person will understand that and love that and embrace it. They're not going to judge it and be, oh my gosh, what's this about? Ew. Fuck that. You don't want anybody like that. Okay? Let me know how all of this is landing for you. Tell me what you're going to do. I'm really curious. I want to know. And remember, it has to be crazy love or nothing. Until next time.